Hey, what's up? It's me, Zevran. Today, starting a brand new survival playthrough. It's finally time. I've been working on this survival world for 4 weeks. I would say 100 plus hours I've put into crafting this universe. I spent probably more time than I needed to, and I easily could have put in hundreds more hours. I mean, when you really start building a world like this, you realize that there's just so many small details. You know, every tree, I shouldn't say every tree, you place trees and it generates an area of trees, or plants and it generates that area of plants, but there's so many things that you have to try to remember so that the world is playable. Until the very end, this entire 20,000 by 20,000 block world didn't have sugarcane in it, so that would have been fun. I'm sure we'll run into some issues as we go, but first things first, let's go punch a tree. Feels good to finally be playing in this world. I may put a little image of the map on the screen here at some point if I remember in editing. You'll see that it's kind of broken into biomes, as it naturally would be. Got a massive forest leading up to the mountain range. There's a sprawling savanna in the northwest, frozen tundra in the north. There's a mountainous New England style colony area in the north middle. There's a death valley in the center with lava and a volcano and dangerous caves. And jungle to the east. A swamp just over the desert to our east. And a interesting colored mesa. It turns out when you're coloring the mesa biome, it's very difficult to make it look natural. And I should probably start punching trees because this is actually on a server. So the day-night cycle, I have no idea where it was when it started, and it's really hard when it's raining. So, everyone starts out in Minecraft a little bit different. Me, I like to dig myself a little hole, which I know, how original, but I think that our starting base, so let me say a few things that I plan on doing on this new survival world. I want to try to build everything intentionally. I, in the past, have always been more of a practical Minecraft player in the nature that I would, build something functionally. So, square house, bed, some chests, a furnace, and a crafting table. But I really want to try to craft everything intentionally and make it look like it belongs in whatever zone I happen to be in at the time. Which is why I decided to set the spawn for this world in forest biome. So let's get some stuff going here before I get too distracted. A couple of funny things about this world, or funny, whatever. Funny, haha. Anyway, the actual land level is much lower than normal Minecraft. So the ocean is actually at 50 y-axis, or ends at 49 rather. The first land block is at 50. Which means we won't have to dig nearly as deep to hit the bottom. There's a couple things that, due to the nature of painting this in World Painter, are actually going to be easier for us, which I was pretty undecided in the crafting process if that was going to be okay or not, but I think it's going to be fine. I'm running shaders. Obviously you can see the beautiful water, and it's getting very dark already, so I better get going here. Actually, I'm going to go grab a cucumber. Now that I'm thinking of it, got some source of light right here. I was thinking I'm gonna go burn some logs, but these have to be in water, don't they? Oh, that's not gonna work. Well, it's gonna be really dark. I really should have paid attention to the time before starting this playthrough. The cave system connects across the entire continent, which means you can essentially get anywhere in the entire 20,000 by 20,000 block world. I'm gonna have a window, but what little bit of light we have in. Another nature of shaders is it's very, very dark. First thing I do, craft up just enough to make my wooden pickaxe, and then I usually send that thing off into the ocean as soon as I have enough to craft an actual tool. I really wish that I hadn't done this in complete darkness, but it is what it is. We'll make it work. I was back and forth quite a bit on whether or not I wanted this to actually be, because I use a texture pack, it's called Quadril. I'll put a link in the description. And I use Seuss shaders. and I was undecided whether or not I should stick to the vanilla look. Oh, this does light up. As you'll see throughout this playthrough, I was very, very into Minecraft in 2012. So it's been a long time since I've really played serious vanilla Minecraft. There's certain things that I will know, and there are certain things that, if it's after 1.12, I probably have never seen before and don't even know how they work. I'm going to try to do some research between episodes, try to learn, the new mechanics, but I'm pretty sure I understand how to, build a dirt house, craft some basic tools, and start a little bit of a mine. Oh, nice, we have coal already. That's perfect. Just enough to get our little furnace going here. Like I said, I want this to be a little cave entrance. Actually, I should stop digging down. So I'm thinking in my brain it's going to be a little cave that leads out into the water, which we already might be too low. Hopefully, I want the, I'm going to build some rock outlay that goes out into the water. It'd be pretty cool. But, like I said, I've never been a big builder, but I really want to be, so that's what I'm going to focus on a lot in this playthrough. For this initial starting zone, I'm trying to think up some lore for the world. I don't have a concrete name yet. If you think of one that you like, put it in the comments. Maybe that'll become the name. I currently am going with codename Narnia. Yes, that does sound a lot like Narnia, but I didn't pick it. I used a fantasy map generator to get the general outlay for the shape of the continent, and that's the name it assigned, so that's what we're going with for now, unless someone comes up with something better. I've never been good at naming things. My online persona has been Zevran for, 8 years, and it just kind of stuck. There really isn't any rhyme or reason to it, that's just what my name is. So, first things first, probably have already mined more stone with a wooden pickaxe than I needed to. I'm sure everyone is cringing watching me do that. A little furnace here. Build my tools. Get rid of this pickaxe. Can you put wooden tools? So I have played a decent chunk of modded Minecraft recently. Or not recently, but semi-recently. And that also took place on, snapshot 1.12, so therefore, my knowledge past 1.12, like I said, is very limited. But what I am probably going to run into is there are certain things you can do there that you probably can't do here. One of which is pretty much anything on that modded server I could burn with like a wood tool or slabs or anything. You could burn them in a furnace, but I don't. Oh, it does work like that. Look at that. Rest in peace, pickaxe. So that's a good way to delete your initial tool if you're looking for a little nifty tip. Tip number 1. Everyone likes tips on YouTube, I've learned that. So, got our pickaxe, axe, probably should make a sword. We're gonna find iron pretty fast. Like I said, we don't have to dig too far to hit a decent depth, so I'm really not too worried about getting materials. I think you'll see pretty quickly that the cave system, it's epic, and there are monsters everywhere because it is, once again, it sprawls across the whole continent, and it's all relatively the same level depth underground. That way, I wanted them to be able to be traversed. But what that means is that you're actually going to have monsters everywhere because there's no caves above or below that those monsters could spawn in. So they spawn in that cave, which means, every possible monster that can spawn does spawn, and they all spawn in. So, shovel, pickaxe. Everyone's got their own order. I prefer sword, pickaxe, axe, shovel, and then, that hoe. I guess we'll make one. We're probably gonna have to do a little bit of a garden here to get some food to start, because animals will spawn, but they are not spawned. So they can only spawn where they can spawn. That vanilla Minecraft will let them generate, so deal with that as we go. Hopefully we get some sheeps. I do have a bed on the boat, as you saw. We sailed from our last survival world and crash landed into the coast. Let's check and see if it's still nighttime. So we didn't bring anything with us. I had thoughts. I mean, we had just, I don't know if you saw the previous videos on the channel, but we had just grinded out the netherite armor. We had just fought the Ender Dragon. I wanted to do that before we ended the server, but work with what you got. I think it's better that we just start fresh here, though. Figure I didn't show a lot of the early game process on that world, and that's the best part of Minecraft is your first day, surviving the first night. Bringing you guys along for this one. We're gonna dig up some more stone. I'm gonna haul this area out, and I'll be back in a snap. Alright, this thing's starting to shape up. I'm pretty happy with the general size. I think this is about as big as I want to go. Big enough for me to put a few chests in. Decorated the walls a little bit, try to put in some cobblestone, break up the flat stone texture. Next thing we need is a door. So I wanted to leave it open just because obviously, you know, how many caves do you find with a door, but this is a cave that we've inhabited and we've made it our own, you know? So I did make a little doorway because I think that it's going to be too dangerous to just have an open door. But I tried to make it look like it blended in pretty well, like this could just be a cave opening. So I think we're going to get a door. Probably oak. Let's go see what we can find up here. There's very few vanilla trees on this island / continent. I only spawned enough so that I would be able to get the saplings. The beautiful trees you see over here are custom Planet Minecraft custom object downloads. These were handmade by people and uploaded to the internet. Put into a giant pack of a bunch of really cool trees and use them to paint across the land. But what that means is to get these really textured, real looking leaves with interesting shapes, you have to turn leaf decay off on those trees. Since those leaves don't even necessarily belong to the tree that's attached to them, but getting the right kind of sapling out of them, and then when you cut them down, the trees don't decay, it's really just not worth it. So we're mostly going to try to only cut down vanilla trees, which is really just this coastline. There should be at least birch, oak, and dark oak along this coast. We'll have to do some exploring probably to find, you know, each type, but I have faith we'll make it work. We need to build a door, and then I want to, I think I'm gonna try to rush high level tools, so diamond tools. And it takes a while to get enchanting and stuff on the road, but at least if we had the nice tools to start, that'll speed things up in this early process. I'm thinking as part of the lore for this initial area is, you know, it's a wooded forest area in the bottom corner of the kingdom. Here's the ship we rode in on. As you can see, this unfortunate rock. I mean, that thing came out of nowhere. Look how clean and beautiful this ocean is, and then bam, one annoying rock right in our way. We also forgot to pack the ship full of useful supplies, so, you know, here we are, stranded on this continent. We don't know anyone, and we don't have any tools or resources. Wasn't the best voyage, but, you know, we had to get out of Dodge for some reason, and here we are now. We need to make sure we collect saplings because, once again, this one coast is the only coast in the entire continent that has vanilla-style trees, which means, you know, if we want vanilla trees anywhere else in the world, we've got to put them there ourselves. So we need to bring those along with us. My best idea for this area is to start up a bustling logging community. So I want to build a big old log yard and a village built around, you know, wood gathering peoples. They will have, you know, the necessary things that each village would need. They'll have a blacksmith, probably have, you know, a small livestock barn holder, person, field, grazing. I don't know, maybe it'll be free range cows. We'll figure that out when we get there. What other things? I mean, they're not really an educated people, but they may have a very small library. They're, you know, they're mostly workers. They're not interested in the higher learnings. So most of the buildings I'm thinking are going to be, you know, just the different types of woods. They'll be very, very woody, which, you know, since they're a wood gathering people, therefore they built out of whatever resources they had readily available, which was wood. Luckily in Minecraft, there's plenty of wood. We'll mix in some stone walls, some stone fences. There's some really cool outcroppings. I'll walk over there in a little while along the coastline where it almost looks like, you know, a layer of the earth is washed away. Gives you a really like Scotland, Ireland vibe when you walk by them. It'll make more sense when we walk them. We may do a little exploring on the next day. It's about to be night again, so probably gonna hop back down in the mines and try to find those cave systems. I'll tune you back in when I find those caves, but for now I'm just gonna get some wood, build an oak door for my little cave, and We'll be back in a snap. That was a close one. That had me nervous. I thought we were about to lose a little opening here. Anyway, make sure you put torches in your house. That was a bit of an oversight. Now, like I said, I'm going to dig through this back wall and try to find those caves. I'll be right back. Iron! That's good. Made it literally 2 inches into the wall and we found a pile of coal and iron, so... The benefit of building yourself a little cave base. Gold! I believe that's gold anyway. Texture pack does make it difficult, but I'm pretty sure that's gold. Well, that was unfortunate. I think they tell you never dig straight down in lava, but unfortunately on this world, that's even more real because the lava pockets underground spawn at essentially any level. And looks like we picked the wrong level. RIP. Alright. As you can see, we made it back to the boat, took some damage. All of our tools are definitely gone. That little pool of lava was a 1 block wide block, so they had no choice but to fall into the lava. So we're gonna have to go punch some trees again. And we'll restart, but you know, we've already got our little cave with a bunch of empty chests and nothing in them, so essentially, oh man, I'm gonna die here if I'm not careful. 2.5 hearts. We ran into some skeletons trying to make it back in the darkness. I would have brought you along for the ride, but I promise you getting back here was not interesting until the very end when a skeleton shot me on the shoreline. Oh, a traveling merchant. I mean, obviously I don't have any emeralds, but that was interesting to see what these guys have to sell. Oh look, sea pickles, which I have a numerous... Oh, packed ice. 3 emeralds though. That guy's always a ripoff. We're gonna need some sand and or gravel. Plug that lava pool up. Hopefully it's not too deep. And we need to punch a tree and get some more tools real quick. Yeah, you ever have a deja vu? Ever feel like you just did this thing and now you're doing it again? Well, death number 1. I went and broke the cardinal rule of Minecraft. I thought it wouldn't be me, you know, it wouldn't happen to me. Just never dig straight down. The problem is, I really hate those staircases everyone uses to start Minecraft. The 1 block forward, 1 block down. They're all jittery at the jump when you're going up them. It's super uncomfortable. I'd rather take the death and have a straight hole to the bottom. Probably should have smelted that iron and had a bucket of water with me, but hopefully we could learn and grow from those mistakes. Punching trees. I see a wild spooderman tagged along for the journey. And his donkey. Making a guest appearance here. Wonder if he's noticed my hole yet. Probably not. It's just an inconspicuous cave on an otherwise not rocky coast. I didn't bring my sea cube. Oh, I opened my inventory. My word. This is not a good start. You play on a survival world with full enchanted netherite armor. You get used to a certain kind of living. You forget how dangerous the world can be, you know? Man, I had all that coal on me. Ooh, that's tough. That is a tough way to start this, but I'm going to continue to search for those caves, and I think I'll tune you back in then. This episode's probably already getting pretty long, and I'm going to try to keep these to at least bite-sized clips, maybe 15, 20 minutes tops. If you like what's going on here, leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see the future videos. We're going to be in this world for a long time, and I'd love for you to come join me on my journey. That's all I've got for now. I'm gonna keep on digging. Thanks for watching. I wasn't recording, but we found diamonds. And then we found more diamonds.